Oh, I needed to press the go live, I think. This is my first time doing
You and me both, brother.
it. All right, I think we're on the air. What's up? What's cracking, man?
What the tears?
Man, I needed to press the go live, I think. Just trying not to. Oh, this is my first time doing. Hold on, let me.
You and me both, brother.
Okay, now. All right, I think we're on the air. What's up? What's okay? All right, sorry, I had to scream other places. What's up, folks? How's it going? Welcome to the Last Shuffles. If you are in and you can see us, please write something in the chat to let us know that you are here. I think we're here. I think we're good to go now. So yeah, this is the first day of our 5th annual end of the year event. And this is just a very casual faculty lounge kind of info session. And there is more on faculty than just me and Trey. Just as some of you, most of you may know, there is still, people are still quite busy, even during a pandemic. So, you know, we have who we have. If anybody is joining us, we don't need everyone to raise their hand or something, but if you could write in the chat, I just want to make sure that we're live before I start talking too much. Seems like we are, so maybe we'll just go on ahead. So yeah, today is again the first day of our 5th annual end of the year event. And I'm really excited that we finally made it to here. It's been a lot of hard work for not just myself, but Trey's been involved with our classes, our pre-recorded classes, and our pre-recorded show. And our show is today. And it's actually funny that, you know, it's just me and you here representing us listen or right. Us listen. Because the crazy thing is, you know, we all know that we're in a pandemic right now, obviously, right? So, you know, we've had to adjust many times, almost daily, if, you know, weekly, if not daily. And the show is not what it first was meant to be. I think it's still a great show, but there is so much me and Trey in this show. So I think it's only right that it's us. Do you maybe want to share something that we're performing that sticks out to you that you're excited to see?
Man, I'm the whole thing, man. This was a lot of fun to put together. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. And I don't know, man, all of it. Because we haven't put these things on wax like formally. Like there are videos of us doing some of these pieces or clips from the pieces, you know, some of these pieces, but none of them that we've actually put on wax like this. So I'm excited to see all of it, man. But you know, Lamento is probably the newest piece. And that, you know, the story behind that, if most people don't know, is it was actually originally a solo on a very talented young lady in Vancouver. And I liked it, and I knew she was only going to use it for a year, and I didn't want the piece to die, so I brought it home and I showed it to you, and we ended up performing it a few times, and now we put it on wax. So I'm looking forward to people seeing that. You know, Summertime is a classic. That was the piece. You know, I think we first performed that with Mad Rhythms, and first really, I mean, not the first time we performed it, but I choreographed that way back, you know, in the day on Mad Rhythms. And the first time we put that, hey,
welcome.
Hey, my rhythms in the house. What's up, Star?
Sorry, I'm late. I was at Chicago Tap Theater's holiday party thing, and we were doing a trivia game.
No.
I was in there like, my chest still hurt.
So, well, you look beautiful. I saw your pictures online. You in time. You're Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, all of that.
Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy holidays.
Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. Trying to cover all the bases.
Right. Yep.
But nah, man, we first put Summertime down on Matt Rhythms all those years back, and that piece was the significance of that piece for me is like it's kind of like um, a classic for me that a lot of people know from a lot of different times. I've put it on a lot of different groups of people. But for me, the performance that sticks out most is when Mad Rhythms and Mad Rhythms Canada got together for that first time and performed it in St. Louis at the St. Louis Tap Festival. And Jimmy Slide was on the side of the stage. They had the masters set up at a table on the side stage, so that they were on the same level as us, just off to the side watching the performance, and just to see him he was standing there with his eyes closed and his head tilted, just grooving to the rhythms, and that's one of my greatest memories is from that time period is Slide grooving to my piece. So Summertime will always be a classic for me. So I'm looking forward to people catching a few bars of that for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, Star, we were just talking about pieces in the show that we're excited about, that are popping off today. So that was obviously Summertime, and perfect timing for our next guest who's joining us. Yo, what's up?
Hi.
Welcome.
Still rocking the bucket hats.
Hello again, Lisa.
I know. Hi. Just Chicago all day. Chicago all day.
So is their event still happening?
It's over. Like, thank you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It's crazy because, I try to master plan scheduling things, and I'm like, all right, no one's doing anything this day. And then like I look up and I'm like, yo, where did all these events come from?
Chicago. I thought it was about to be timed super perfectly. And I was like, oh yikes, I gotta go.
Yeah, I think I saw that it was ending at 3, so I'm like, it might be like a little tight, but it's a blessing though that there's an abundance of things happening. So better that than like we're just sitting around looking, But we're talking about the show tonight. For anyone who's just tuning in with us, we have our faculty show popping off tonight that is virtual. You do not have to get up from your couch to check it out. You can check it out from anywhere on your phone, computer, tablets, and just pieces that we're excited about. And Trey mentioned Summertime and the time that Mad Rhythms and Mad Rhythms Canada joined forces and mighty morphed into a performance at the St. Louis Tap Fest, and Slide being there.
Yeah.
So there's some Summertime popping off.
That's gonna be there. That's gonna be in the show tonight.
Yeah, me and Trey are rocking it as a duo. So this chat started with just the two of just me and him. And like I was saying, like it kind of only makes sense because the show started with like this lineup and then it like had to be condensed. And Summertime was going to be with 4 people, and it ended up just being me and Trey. So this show is like a lot of me and Trey and a lot more of me than I planned for it to be. But still, there's some dope stuff in there. Like you will be joining us. So
Amongst you and Trey.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get in that sandwich.
Yeah. So we're I don't want to like give out too much about the show, but we are going to be performing some throwback, a throwback Just Listen piece and a few, one that Lisa's joining us for, and a throwback Mad Rhythms piece that like Just Listen adopted. But yeah, so actually, Lisa, if you don't mind jumping in, like, do you want to talk about when you put Summertime, when you put Love Me or Leave Me on the crew? Because I think you put it on, was it us first or was it elsewhere?
It was Canada first, with the goal of, if Chicago likes it,
Mm-hmm.
and then that broke the door open. But that was like after the first summer of the my first summer of the 3 festivals,
Mm-hmm.
So, and coming back, and that song was like so on rotation. Because remember when Aunt Di would give us those CDs? She would give us like footage and a CD of like tunes.
Yeah.
Well, Love Me or Leave Me was on there. And also, I remember I was starting to listen to some Nina Simone that year, and then it kept coming back. And I remember Jemani soloed to
Oh,
it. Y'all remember that up in Evanston?
Oh yeah.
I forgot about
I definitely remember that. And then everybody was playing it in class, and it was like on my Discman like all the time. So I just started messing around with that when I came back to Canada after that summer. I think that was, I started working on it in '04. I think I started working on it on '04. Yeah. And
Great.
then it took a while. It was a mess. It was a mess because we were really just at the beginning stages over here. But I feel like it went on stage for the first time January '05, and then we put that Mad Rhythms Tap Summit up here in Canada in '05. Yeah, it was just before I moved to Chicago in '06, I remember. And then I remember Van was in that concert. Obviously, Brill, Trey, Jemani, and Gmo came. I still have that footage. And we like,
we need to see that.
Right.
yeah, I do have it on that Masonite, you know.
Mm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I do have that footage. I just found my like DVDs the other day, so I'll get you all that. Yeah, and then the rest is history. Then once we got it over in Chicago, I didn't know that it would have legs like it does, but you guys were definitely the whole reason why it happened.
Nice. Yeah, excited to see that from a 2017 performance. So me, Trey, and Lisa and Jessica Chapuis were a part of a group that Trey started. You know, I don't know how to past tense, future tense. Like, you know, me and Trey are still are the ones who are still local and active at the moment. But it's been me and Trey for a while. And in 2017, we did a like kind of reunion performance for the Chicago Tap Fest that Lisa joined us for. And so we did Love Me or Leave Me. We did this piece and another one. I won't mention that one so that we can have some exclusivity for the show in a few hours. But that one is a beast of a piece.
I look forward to that ending.
Yeah, I can't believe that we did it then. And I'm glad that we could just press play on it and not have to do it today. That's what I love about that. This show is everything is pre-recorded. You know, like of course we all love to dance together, but we can't right now. And to be able to just press play and sit back is amazing. It takes very little energy compared to how much energy it takes to do the piece that we're talking about. So I put in the link, or I put in the chat a link to registration. And I just want to say real quick before I talk with, we have Star jump in. We have some exclusive discount codes. So if you're watching now and you haven't registered or you haven't purchased classes or a show ticket, we have exclusive codes. So if you type in $10 shuffles, you can get individual classes or a show ticket for $10. It's originally $30. So that's the money sign 10, 10 and then shuffles. It might have to be all caps. If you want to pay $20, then it's $20 shuffles. So if you have questions, you could write it in the chat. Yeah, if you have questions, you can write it in the chat. And if you really, really want to see the show and you can't afford to pay, hit me up and I will give you a link. We just want people to be able to see it. It's no disrespect to people who are paying the full fare or anything. We just want people to be able to see it in these times that are, you know, difficult period, but financially difficult for folks. So shameless plug on that. Our show is at 6 p.m. today. So it's like in 2.5 hours from this point. We're not very far from it. So there's that. But yeah, Star, is there anything in the show that you're excited for that you would like to tell people about? I know you're like, I'm doing 2 pieces.
I got my longtime sister friend, Amina Love, who is an amazing singer from Chicago, collaborating on an India Ari track. And then I have a piece of choreography that I'm doing with the fellow Mad Rhythmer that I choreographed to a John Coltrane song called Aisha. So yeah, that's the 2 pieces you'll see me in.
Yeah, it's gonna be crack.
Both of them.
I would have been in more, but I ended up getting COVID, so I couldn't go to the recordings.
We glad you feeling better.
Glad you stayed over there. Yeah. So, as I kind of mentioned, we earlier, for anyone who's just joining in, we started with like, it's typical for anything that I'm producing, with an ambition of this size, and then it, gets scaled down to reality, and then scaled down further to reality. So, like we mentioned, there's a lot of me and Trey in this show. It's pretty much a Just Listen featuring in Friends kind of show. Like, without that being the thing, I was going through editing. I'm not editing the show, but I obviously helping to coordinate. And I was just like, man, I do not stop seeing me and Trey. Like, we had our intro piece, which went from 4 people to 2, and our final piece, which went from 5 people to 3. But still, like, it's COVID time, so people got to be understanding. Like, to do a show period where we're not just in our living rooms, I think is really dope. So
yeah, but I gotta interject, because you and Trey, you two is an expensive ticket already. So let's go get them shuffles on your screen, folks.
You better. Yeah, it's some exciting stuff to come. I also,
that's all I'm trying to do.
You said what?
I'm just trying to keep up with y'all. That's what's going on my end.
Man, what's crazy is, like, I'm trying to keep up with myself from March and prior. Like, I'm just trying to like, hey, in all type of ways. I'm losing weight, losing sleep doing this. My dancing ain't where I'd like it to be. But let me not promote that way. It's still gonna be a hot ticket.
Young bucks.
Yeah.
Young snappers.
Yep.
Are you?
You said what?
I just gotta ask, where are you?
I am in Florida.
I figured. I was like, looking real nice and sunshine and rainbows out there.
Yes. I bugged out on Christmas night.
Yeah, you're reminding me of Sarah, who always hits me up on Christmas from the beach, like, hey, Merry Christmas. I'm like, I don't want to see this. But I'm happy for her, and I'm happy for you. Yeah, it looks like good weather. If we were outside right now, it'd be problems. Lisa, you were up to your knees in snow.
Let me know. I know. My little break this morning was to go shovel. So yeah.
Fun
But
time.
it's fun. It's fun. You can't make no snow angel.
I will happily make some dust angels up in this.
Big sand angel.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, before we continue on with, I want to plug our footage night. I want to first plug that we have a shop up right now where we are selling merchandise. So speaking of snow, we have everything from t-shirts to beanie caps to jackets to mugs. So while you're drinking your tea or a hot toddy or whatever warm, friendly drinks, fun drinks you would like, we have one that has just our logo on it. We have one with the Ascended Masters design on both sides. And then we have this one, which has both. This is the Chicago Shuffles tee. So if you go to that link, you can also, find the shop. It's not just where you can register for classes. And I'm normally like very humble and like weird about promoting things that I've worked on, but I'm really, really excited about this Ascended Masters design, which I have the long sleeve right now. On the front side, it has, this image in white and black. And on the back side, it has the image with, just the Ascended Masters down the end. But black on black being on shirts or merch is like kind of hard to pull off. And I think they did a really good job of this. It's a really strong design. So if you're like looking from afar, you can just see the Ascended Masters. But if you look up close, you can see who all they are. So it's a double-sided situation. So I suggest go out and cop that if you would like.
What's that website?
Yeah, you said what?
What's that website?
It's the link is in the chat. I'm gonna actually do a more direct link in case anybody wants or needs it. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm doing the multitask, but I want to plug our footage night. So we have these different events. Maybe I should just walk us through it for anybody who's tuned in right now. And thank you for those who are tuned in. And for those who are tuned in, feel free to hit that subscribe button so that when these events happen tomorrow and the next day, you can get notifications, and for all the other things that we're going to be doing even after this event is over. So today, our faculty concert is at 6 p.m. Chicago time. And then tomorrow we have some Zoom classes by Reggio the Hoofer. At 12 Chicago time, he's teaching the copacetics chair dance that he was running with Ernest Brownie Brown, who for some time was the last living copacetic. And I'm really excited about this because I feel like that is the perfect dance to learn in quarantine time. Like, we're all learning from the living room anyways. So, you don't even have to put your shoes on, or get on your floor. You could just sit down and take class if you really wanted to that way. Obviously, shoes are preferred. And then at 1:30, he's going to be teaching a Bill Robinson routine, the new lowdown. So I don't know that one. I'm going to be catching those bars myself. But those are the only classes that are pre-recorded, that are live. The rest of the classes are pre-recorded, and you'll have access to them, for at least 2 weeks. And then tomorrow at 6 p.m., I'm going to be doing a live podcast interview with George G-Mo Patterson III. So much like I'm doing right now, it's going to be live on YouTube for everyone to tune into, and then we're going to keep it up afterwards for your viewing pleasure. And then Tuesday, I'm going to be interviewing Reggio, and this is all for our podcast, The Real Talk Tap Talk. So we're going to keep it real, and with those two gentlemen, you already know what you're going to get if you know them. So that should be a fun.
Yeah, I have to tune in.
Oh Lord!
I got water in here right now,
I need that mug.
I might switch it up for that event to some apple juice. And then Wednesday at 12 p.m. Chicago time, we're hosting a Chicago themed footage night. For those who maybe don't know, since June, we've been hosting free footage sessions on Zoom. And we've actually at this point done 10 so far. I thought it was going to be like 1 or 2, and here we are 10 deep. And we're going to not just be doing them on Zoom like this one, but I'm actually going to, since this is like the exclusive announcements session right now, we're going to have some pre-recorded footage sessions that we'll be putting on YouTube in the coming year. Somewhere between January and December is going to happen. So stay tuned. But for the Chicago themed footage night, I wanted to quiz y'all. This might be more fun for me than you. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But I want to see if y'all know some of these pieces that we're going to be pieces of footage, some of these footage clips that we're going to be playing. So they're all Chicago tap dancers. This is a super easy one. Let's see if y'all know this.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mr. Collins.
Yeah, for the viewers at home, we'll hold off a second. I'm doing it real bootleg from the phone right now.
Perfect.
So I don't know if anybody at home knows it. You could type it in the chat if you know these things. But yeah, that's an easy one. Who we got, y'all?
Troy already called it.
This is true. maybe it's worth saying the whole thing.
Leon Collins.
Leon Collins.
Oh.
Hey.
Let's do this.
Right. Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Hey. Hey.
Yeah. So the first one was Leon Collins performing Flight of the Bumblebee, and then that was Jenny Lagon right there. Shoot, I didn't have these ready because I didn't realize that I can't have the audio on where I had it set up.
You good?
But this next one is going to be pretty difficult, I think, also because I didn't even like realize. I haven't seen these clips until recently.
Is this the tap dancer singing?
Yeah. Good question. I'm just like, what?
It sounds like Ted a little bit.
Oh snap!
It's not, but
Yeah.
you said who?
It's not Skip, is it?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's go.
Skip Cunningham. So there'll be some.
Wow.
I didn't realize. I mean, I knew he sung, but I didn't realize he had a voice like that. He was killing it.
I'm
Me
gonna put myself
neither.
out there. I didn't know he was from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Star like got to. I don't think I met him before this, but we got to meet him when we did the Tap Family reunion on the inaugural year. He was on the bill, and it was like, oh, there's more Chicago in the building. That's what's up. Yeah, so there's
I
that.
got to spend a little time with Skip in LA, and yeah, but I'd never heard him sing. I seen him do his thing, and I seen him, hit some of the acrobatic stuff, but I never heard him sing like that. That's dope.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll do one more. This is him featuring him with somebody else.
I want that break though.
Yeah.
Man.
Ah,
Oh man. Oh, I remember that. Wow.
Yeah.
nice.
So Ted Lewis Levy, and that was him with Savion Glover doing a remix, a Shim Sham remix for the Nicholas Brothers.
Mm,
Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
yeah, we'll be sharing a lot of different clips. Now, no pressure, y'all don't have to share anything, but is there anything that we haven't that I didn't play that you all really dig, like favorite clips of Chicago tap dancers? It could be old or new.
Mm.
And you can't say all my solos and clips. I know that. Can't choose all of my greatest hits.
My favorite routine that I go
There's
ahead.
a clip, and I mean, not to, because I don't want it to be much. It's already been enough of the Nico and Trey show, but but there's a clip, and Lisa will remember this. from that same St. Louis show I was talking about, where she, Brill, and I
Oh man.
soloed together apart.
Yeah.
Like we each soloed and then transitioned with a little quick trade into the next person, and then came back. Then we all come back at the end and finished with something. I don't know. It might have been the beginning. No, it wasn't the beginning section of Summertime, because we were doing it. Maybe it wasn't the same year. Maybe that was 04 and when we first went there, and then Summertime was the next year. But do you remember, you know the clip I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah. I've never seen that.
You've never seen it?
No.
I don't think I've seen it. I'm not sure I know what
I'll
you're talking
never
about.
forget that day. I remember freaking out because I was about to be on the same stage as Slide for the first time in my life. I remember like freaking out.
Where was this?
This was in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So I did see it. Probably.
I've never seen that. Who's got the footage?
I've seen it. I've seen it on Facebook. I
Wow.
don't even know if it's on YouTube, but I've seen it on Facebook.
Maybe when like Robert was dropping some.
Probably, yeah.
before he
Yeah.
passed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we'll find that. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fun. What were you about to say, Lisa?
I was about to say, do I do for life for me?
Man.
Is that about to be in the show? Maybe.
That maybe will be.
Maybe. I never got those bars. I want them so bad.
You know what? I'm gonna stop
Still
being
use
weird
my
because
legs.
I'm gonna just say it's in the show because I want to let you know, Lisa, I never got those bars either. Like that was one of those like you're not allowed. And I'm thinking,
Exactly.
maybe I shouldn't say it that way, but it was like
No, that was the truth. I wasn't allowed either. It's all right. I even brought him over here. It's okay.
You had to just learn it from the video like we did.
Well, that's what I'm about to do.
I guess so. Yeah, I never got access to the video, but yo, that's what I ended up doing. Low key. Like I ended up. I've never been taught it, and I kind of know it. You know, when you've seen something, a million times. But I started to learn it the week that we filmed it. Like we filmed it on a Friday, and I started learning it on a Monday.
Dang.
So, for those who don't know of George Gmo Patterson III, he's a killer tap dancer in his own right, as well as a choreographer, and he's going to be in the show. And this is a piece of his that's like a classic. What did he say? It's like about 20 years old or something. Like we're doing a lot of like. You said what?
Almost. It's in that. Yeah, it's in that same time frame as Glorious and Summertime and all of that. It's in that same 2-3 year frame.
Yeah, so we're doing some major throwbacks, and this is a piece that I've always really, really loved and wanted to learn. So like I'm fulfilling a dream by being able to perform it with my brothers. But the thing that some of you may not know as well is this is like a lot of throwback pieces as I just mentioned. But last year I produced a Jay Dilla tribute show, and I got to choreograph pieces on my tap superheroes like Star and Trey and Donetta Jackson and George Gmo Patterson. To be able to choreograph for people who are my teachers and mentors was amazing. And so George had to learn yet another piece of mine for this show that I'm really excited about. But I was like, for one, I really want to do I do? And two, like for a year and a half now, you've been learning a lot of my choreography and a lot of it from video. So the least I could do is learn something that I want to learn anyways. So we actually to be honest, there was some video that I was starting to learn from, but we got up at a studio that I used to teach at in Wisconsin that he's at now that luckily we have space for. And, we did the whole mass thing and other side of the room damn near. And so he was able to give me an intro of it. And I'm really glad to be able to not only just perform the piece, but be reciprocal in learning some of his choreography since he's been learning so much of mine in the past year and a half. So yeah, this Dilla show may come back eventually, but we have to open
I hope so, brother. That was fun. That was it was so fire, man. The choreography in that show is ridiculous.
Yeah, Lisa, you haven't seen it yet, right?
Nope.
Yeah, we did a footage night that was this almost felt disrespectful, but it was half Baby Lawrence and half 333, and we showed different clips from the show from when we did it at Rhythm World in Chicago for the Chicago Tap Fest, for the American Tap Fest in Long Beach, California, and then when we did it at Talia Hall in Chicago, which is like their house. It's like an equivalent of a House of Blues. So we had those 3 performances that we screened stuff from. So yeah, I'll share it. I'll definitely share it. Yeah. Jam just popped in the chat. He said Spider Tray in full effect.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so for anyone who just tuned in, we don't have to stay on super long. This was just like a informative but casual faculty lounge. But we do have our show today in about 2 hours now that I'm really excited to share with you all. So if you want to get your tickets, there's a link in the chat on YouTube that you all should be able to see. If you want discounts, I'll say this one more time. You can, I'll just type it in. There are discount codes that you can utilize. The ticket is $30, but you can pay 10 or 20. So it's somewhat of a pay what you can. Obviously, if you're able to support by paying the full fare, that's great. But whatever you can pay, we just want to be able to share this with you all in this holiday time and all that good stuff. If you really
sliding scale.
Exactly. Yeah, you already know. So if you really can't afford a ticket and you want to check it out, just message me somewhere and I'll share the link with you. I don't think that needs to be a secret. Like if people really want to see it, I'd rather you see it because this is a one-time thing. I don't know that we'll be showing this again. But yeah, that's me.
And I just want to say that I'm really excited about the whole show. I'm excited anytime I get to be around y'all. And so all of the time that we spent putting it together, and then even the stuff from back in 2017 is just the time that we spent doing it, the time we spent together. That's the things that I look forward to the most. Those are the times that inspire me and I look forward to the most, is when we get to be together and dance together and hang out. And so I'm just excited for people to see it because, the chemistry and the connection, even if we got to be masked up, even if we got to be 6 feet apart, is just, it's very visible and very obvious when people see it. And so I'm just excited to be on the screen with y'all again.
For sure. Same. Yeah. And honestly, I'm not trying to fish for a virtual pat on the back, but I knew going into doing this that this was going to be a lot of work. I had no idea how much work because not only were there like weekly changes, there were like daily and like hourly changes throughout the whole process damn near. But just like Trey said, the ability to be able to dance with our family in the dance is a super special thing. So I think that all made it worth it. And I'm grateful that we were able to do that in this time because, we could have still been stuck and unable to do these things. So, yeah.
And I'm excited to see everything that I wasn't a part of, like start your solo or your collab with your girl that you was talking about, all of that, because I'm a fan. I'm just a fan of y'all. I'm a fan of y'all. I take, y'all don't understand how much pride I take when I just get to say that I had, this much to do with when people see y'all on the stage and see what you guys can do, just to be able to say that I had this much to do with it is a source of huge pride for me. So I'm excited to see y'all. What's up, little man?
Hey, did you hear me?
What's up, little man?
Oh.
He's like, who is that? Why is he talking to me? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, man.
What you said?
You can wake up.
He's just waking up. Why?
Hey, Langston.
What up, little Langston?
Who's our Chicago family?
He's like, like, who is this Amish man on a computer right now?
He been hanging out with Dormisha. He got
though,
that.
he's
He had that look. He gave us that look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's how he came out. I'm not lying. I look back at him, I'm like, what's you doing here? That's like his look.
He said,
Yeah.
"Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah, you want to go play with your toys? Yeah.
That's-
It's random that the 2-year-old already knows what Zoom is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, another Zoom.
Welcome to 2020.
Right.
That's why he's looking. He's like, "Mom, you still on Zoom? Like,
Like, yeah.
can we Zoom up out of here?"
Right.
We're gonna see some tap dancing tonight, Betsy. Okay.
Yeah.
He digs it. I know. We'll
Yeah.
have a family party.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, as we're wrapping up, I just want to say, I didn't mention the classes too much, but we have pre-recorded classes that everyone here, including Langston, is a part of. No, I'm kidding. But probably in some way. But yeah, there's some really dope classes, and because of us being on a very slim budget, that they were going to be recorded and edited by someone else, but I ended up recording and editing them myself. So I got to like really experience all of them, and they're all pretty fire. So we have everything from beginner to intermediate to advanced pro. And for anyone who missed it, tomorrow Reggio, the Hoofer McLaughlin, is doing a chair dance. We're doing the Copacetic chair dance, and he's doing 2 classes that are live on Zoom. Everything else is pre-recording. So that one's at 12 o'clock, and then he's teaching Bill Robinson's new lowdown at 1:30. So I suggest you sign up ASAP if you want to get in there.
Chicago time, right? Central time.
Chicago time, yeah. The chair dance is at 12 p.m. for 12 to 1 Chicago time, and then the new lowdown is intermediate, and that is from 1:30 to 2:30. I should also say the chair dances are all levels, all ages, all accessible situation. So get on in there. I'm going to be taking both of those classes myself. But yeah, I think that's all that we really have for today. I don't want to hold you all or hold anybody else. Last time I'll say, our show is at 6 p.m. Chicago time, and at this point, from this second, it is 2 hours away. So sign up as soon as you can, and yeah, and we'll catch you all soon. Bye.